Is this thing on? Is this thing on? You already know this is Chris, aka Hood Digital, aka just got back from the doctor, aka the starving YouTuber. And today I'm gonna try this reaction thing. As I explained to you before, I'm giving it a try. Hopefully, I'm just grinding. Hopefully, we don't get copyrighted. And even if we do, I'm just gonna take it a trial because they usually you go ahead and have them review it, and sometimes they remove it, as I've heard from a lot of people. So hopefully this will work out, man. I'm just trying different things. I'm on my grind. I'm trying this OBS thing. Remember, well, not for this video, but remember, I'm still the tech retard. So I'm gonna try it out. As you can see, I got this far from OBS. I got this far. I don't know the transitions. I don't know the ins and out of the software yet. But I'm doing my thing, baby. I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep going till the wheels fall off. I'm gonna keep moving. So this video is called "Mom Finds Severed Head in Her Son's Room." I'm going to tell you a little bit of story about how I came across this video. I just seen it the other day, and I tell wifey, hey, look, read that. So she reads it. She's like, wow. So she doesn't know what severed means. So I had to explain to her, severed means no longer with the body. It was removed from the body. So she's like, oh, okay, so removed. But then she asked me something. She said, how do you know that it's a human head? I said, well, I think that's obvious. But it left a mystery. What if it's not a human head? What if it's just a cow's head or something in her son's room? But anyway, we're going to check this out. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happened. Allow me a moment. Let me do a little bit of rewinding. Let me put the closed caption on. Okay, and here we go.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
They tell me in that talk, you know?
I can't believe it. Oh.
I'm going to take off the subtitle, the closed caption, because obviously the subtitles are already there.
Oh my God.
Random too, why? I don't get it.
How old is Brian?
He's 19.
He's 19.
So right now, we're going to assume that it's not Brandon's head, but Brandon has something to do with the severed head. But let's keep watching.
What's going on, man?
Cooperate. I am going to cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
Oh, so we got hands also. We got hands. But you notice how, and I'm going to have to say this, you notice how white people, they just play it so cool when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, everybody else would have been freaking out, but look how cool this guy is about it. He's just being nonchalant. A severed head and some hands. So let's see what he's going to say. And look, the officer's already asking from.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
The night of the 27th? Okay, and how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
This video could have been over right there. But I guess there's a lot more to it. But you notice how nonchalant he is? And well, let's just keep going. Let's just keep watching.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
2021, Grand Junction, Colorado. It's the first day of March, and Warren Barnes, a 69-year-old man known to hang outside of Monique's Bridal and Formal Wear on Main Street in downtown Grand Junction, hasn't been seen since Saturday, February 27th.
And if you've ever been downtown, you guys would see him. He
looks
walks in
familiar.
the street.
Yeah,
He's
the
always.
Brett probably knows in it.
Okay, so they're going back now. They're telling the whole story. I was thinking it's one of his little high school buddies or something, but this is actually an old man that was murdered. And you notice something? He said, "I murdered him with a knife," and the cop just kept asking him questions. Shouldn't he have put him in handcuff right then and there? I mean, you just confess to chopping somebody's head off and dismembering somebody. Why would the cop needs to ask more questions? But anyway, let's take a look at the story behind this.
Yep, he's always on Main Street just with his backpack, just walking and coming down to the shop to sit in his chair pretty much.
How do you know Warren?
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
Is it
And
a homeless gentleman?
he's not homeless. He stays in a place. He pays for a room every day. He comes back in the shop because we keep his chair inside the shop to deter other people from sitting in it behind my shop.
The woman speaking with police is Monique Lenati. Her business has been mainstay in downtown Grand Junction since 1995. Monique and her daughter spent time getting to know Warren over the 4 years he's been a fixture behind her shop. He loves reading, feeding birds, and eating Subway sandwiches. To outsiders, he may have appeared unhoused or out of work, simply because he wore the same clothes every day. But Warren is different.
He works for a company that does just like temp agency, and they were the ones that actually contacted me because he's never missed work, and they know that he sits behind my shops.
So every morning it's around 6.
Yeah.
Without fail.
Without fail.
7 days a week?
Yes. He is there every morning.
All by himself?
Yeah.
Those who know him quickly take a shine to his kind and gentle soul.
It's crazy how, just rewinding back, I'm watching this and I'm thinking how that fucking kid just says, "Because I wanted to know how it feels to murder somebody." That is so crazy. The kids today are just so over the top with everything, and it's just so nonchalant. Like, don't you know that if you murder somebody, you go into jail for the rest of your life? It's just crazy, but let's keep watching.
And he's the nicest guy ever. Rough looking, but he is the nicest guy.
And
He buys Pall Mall Red 100s every day and a donut.
Warren Barnes is quiet and never bothers anyone. He passes the time reading books, so the locals dubbed him the Reading Man.
But I know he goes to the library a lot as well, because he, like I said, he reads books.
Loves to read.
so you said,
And Warren has a routine, one you could swear by. So when he didn't show up to work on Monday morning, March 1st, his employers at a temp agency were concerned.
what raised concern with you today to report him missing?
Because the place People Ready called to see if I had seen him because he didn't show up for work, and he's never once not shown up for work in the 4 years he's been working for them. So I said no, and that I haven't seen him since Saturday. I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling because it's unlike him. And that's the weird thing is I said I'll see you tomorrow. He said I'll be here. I'll see you tomorrow, and then I didn't even think about it when he wasn't there, really.
Does he ever have anybody sit and read with him or
No.
next to him? Has he mentioned talking to anybody?
No, he doesn't associate with a lot of the like transients because he's not like them. He's very intelligent. Like I don't know why he's homeless. I never really got into.
Looks like this guy was one of those homeless that a lot of people just mess with, a lot of people just like. And he got people's attention, like he was a fixture right there in the business, so she really liked him. And they kept tabs on him because they noticed that once he didn't go to work, they just called back and was after him. So I guess this guy was a likable guy.
Like why he chose,
I'm sure you asked him. Did he ever talk about his family or where he came from?
So he has, I believe, at least one child, but they don't talk.
Okay.
And he said that they talk maybe once every 3 or 4 years on a holiday, but he hasn't spoken to
So he
him.
probably didn't go for a visit.
No. He wouldn't have, and if he was, he would have told the People Ready place he wasn't going to be there for work. He was very all about having that so he could afford his place to stay.
With no family that she knows of to call upon, Monique decides to start searching for him on her own. she posts a picture of Warren on her Facebook page asking people to be on the lookout. Meanwhile, 5 miles across town, something odd had been unfolding over the weekend. In the Colorado River just off the Blue Heron boat launch, a car is partially submerged in the water. The driver, 19-year-old Brian Cohey, had accidentally driven his 2007 Ford 500 into the river.
Okay, so this is Colorado River. I was watching this and I was wondering, well, I wonder what this is at. It always intrigues me. When I first start watching one of these, I always have to make sure that I don't feel comfortable watching these type of videos and not knowing exactly where this is taking place. I don't know. It's just something I have to rewind it. I have to watch it back. When I used to watch Forensic Files, I don't watch it anymore because I've seen all of them. But anytime I watch a crime documentary, the first thing I want to know is, where did this happen? Where did this take place? It's just something about me. I just have to. If not, while I'm watching it, I'm thinking, that's all I'm thinking about. Where the hell is this? It could be Texas, it could be this. So I'm paying close attention to find out where exactly this is at. Sometimes I'm watching the first 48 hours and I have to rewind it right away because I want to find out exactly where this is at. So let's see what this kid did. He has his car in the river. I'm sure this got something to do with the murder.
And was in over his head, literally. So he called his parents, Brian Sr. and Terry Cohey, to come to his aid, and they called the police for further assistance. The tenor of the scene just off the Redlands Parkway is lighthearted. Everyone's laughing and joking around, even though it's in the middle of the night and it's dark and freezing.
Yeah, we made him wait till he was almost 18 before he got his driver's license because we didn't want him having any accidents like they do when they're 16 and 17.
Gotcha.
Things.
This your son right here? Yeah. Hey, partner, you want to come out and talk to me real quick?
Sure,
Appreciate it, man.
I'm really cold. Is it okay if it's in here? Because
You can tell he's one of those kids, spoiled kids, that no matter what the fuck he does, one of those white kids that no matter what he does, everything is okay, or they refer him to therapy, or no, he needs therapy, he needs this. Listen, man, where I came from, therapy was a kick in the ass, a good ass whooping. That's the best therapy you can have. Back in my days, that's all parents ever did, man. We'll whip your ass. Like that right there, it would have been crazy. But anyway, let's keep watching.
That's because he is.
That's fine. I did not know that. No, please stay in the car. All right. Nobody else in the car?
Nope.
Okay.
Just us. I'm the father. That's the mother. This is our son. He
Sounds
parked 20
good.
minutes ago and said, "Dad, I parked the boat ramp and I messed up. I tried to get out of the car and it slid down."
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay?
No, just a
Okay.
little cold is all.
Inside your pride a little bit.
And probably $7,000.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have your ID with you, driver's license, by any chance?
Thankfully,
What were you doing down here, bud?
well, I felt like I needed to get out, and I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit.
relax and think.
Okay.
And I parked on the boat ramp,
Okay.
and I thought it would be easy to get out. But when I tried to,
Where did you park exactly? Were you down the hill a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then
When he got back in, go ahead.
when I got back in, I tried to put it in drive, and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No,
at
I
this
was
point, or
facing.
were you
I was
facing
facing
this
up.
way? Okay.
You back down?
Yeah.
Really good
Because that seemed like the easiest one. Because of the propulsion of the rear tires, I figured they would be able to push.
Okay.
But yeah, then.
Okay.
At this point, I'm wondering, what is the purpose of asking them all those questions? Like, exactly where were you parked? What was you doing? And what's this? Like, at this point right now, it's probably going to be, it's going to be important throughout the whole trial, pushing further as far as what he did. But at this point, he just left his car there. What's the point of asking him all these crazy questions?
Yeah, then it slid into the river. I was able to get out.
So I was like, it's not a crash. He just
It's like
parked it
out in the water.
He parked it and basically couldn't get it up. It just lost traction, looks like, and then he actually went in it, down in the water. He's not hurt at all, so I'm like, how are you going to get this car out if possible?
Does he need to stay here?
I'm sorry?
Is he free to go? I'm sure he'd like to go home and get warm.
I'm sure he'd like to get some pants on.
Yeah, right?
You notice how, and I have to say this, man. You notice the difference between police interaction with white people versus police interaction with black people or Hispanic people? It's especially white cops. You notice, like, if it would have been a black guy or a Hispanic guy, he would have had to get out of that car. He would have had to get out of that car. No, I want to see you. You got some drugs. You're under the influence. We need a drug test. We need one of those sobriety tests. Man, he would have gotten out of that car, and they wouldn't have let him go home.
Yeah, it's not a crash. It's
okay. It's just a stupid ass.
So.
All right, I'm going to take him home and then we'll come back here and see if we can figure out what's wrong with this.
Son has no pants on.
After taking Brian home to put some pants on and warm up, the Cohees returned to the scene at the boat ramp around 3 a.m. And this is when things take a turn. The crew recovering Brian Jr.'s sedan from the Colorado River has just spotted something troubling.
Hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
This back bumper, I don't know, you can probably see it from here. It's a lot of red.
Uh-oh.
On the back of that. Yeah. Dripping down at all a little bit.
Uh-oh. A lot of red dripping.
But underneath the license plate. A little area right there. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of red. Which means, looks like blood.
Blood?
Yeah. I don't know if did your son hurt himself on his way out at all?
He might have, he just didn't know it. I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. It's a good question. He's at home. He should make sure.
So at this point, he's at home. He's at home at this point. You see, if they would have seen that red while he was there, they probably would have done something different. But let's see where this goes, because moving forward, when the video started, if you notice, he had the severed head at home. So let's see where this goes.
He's not got a cut or something out on him somewhere that he's not aware of, maybe because his adrenaline was a little high. Maybe just have him do like a self-check, make sure he's okay.
Oh my God, so they're going to make sure he's okay. They're not going to make sure that he hurt somebody. They're going to make sure he's okay.
Hello? Brian, are you okay? They see blood on the back bumper of the vehicle.
Really?
Yeah, did you get hurt?
No.
Are you sure you don't have any injuries?
No, I'm fine. There's blood on it?
We're not sure.
We're not sure. It's a red, something red underneath the license plate.
Similar blood stain.
Oh no.
Alright. But you're not injured. You don't have any cuts?
No, I don't know what would cause blood or whatever it is on the bumper.
But you're not injured?
No, I'm not injured.
Okay. Alright, I'll call you back.
White parents just fuck me up the way they act this shit, because I'm thinking if it would have been my parents or black parents, it would have been something totally different. Did you run somebody over? Did you fucking run somebody over? You better get over here right now.
Is it good? My car good? No, Brian, they're trying to get it out. They gotta rehook it and try it again.
They're having trouble getting your car out, buddy. Alright.
We'll call you back.
Okay. If I can send a message on. Bye.
I gotta move my car. I gotta move my car for the driver. Okay.
The car is finally removed from the Colorado River, but the blood is still piquing the interest of everyone on the scene.
What'd they say about us looking in the trunk?
They're good with it.
The officers are unable to get into the trunk.
Uh-oh, they're about to look in the trunk.
Brian seemingly locked it before driving it into the water. The car is released back into the custody of the Cohees the next morning.
He locked the trunk before he ran it into the river. How convenient is this?
Brian Sr. decides to clean his son's car. After all, It had been in the river for hours and badly needed it.
Uh-oh.
Right away, I popped the hood, unhooked the back.
This is the father. This is the father, because I remember seeing him. I'm assuming this is the father.
Battery, because it was dead. Tried to charge the battery. I started going through the car, backing in all the water. Did as much as I could yesterday, Saturday. Went back out there this morning, just to continue. And
Okay, so at this point, I'm assuming they was not able to get the car out of the river. But they had, I don't understand, because they had a tow truck there. But anyway, I opened the glove box, and there was a knife in the glove box underwater. Uh-oh.
opened the glove box, and there was a knife in the glove box, underwater. Okay. The glove box was full of water. Very large. Okay. And then, as I go around the passenger door, I open the passenger door, and there's a wallet in between.
Uh-oh.
It's gone. Okay. And I open up my sunrise box, frozen solid. That's not my wallet.
Between the blood on the bumper, the knife, and the stranger's wallet, Brian Sr. had some questions for his son. But first, he makes a phone call to a company whose business card was found.
What I don't understand is, so that night, they was not able to get the car out of the river, that he had to actually go through it and vacuum it and all this?
Found in the wallet.
I ain't getting one of the wires and cards down. It's a label ready. I need that. I called label ready.
Wait a minute, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back a little bit.
After all, it had been in the river for hours and badly needed it.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so they did get it out.
The car.
Wait a minute.
The officers are unable to get into the trunk. Brian
Okay,
Sr.
look, yeah, so they got it out. Okay, I
into the
missed that.
water.
They did get it out.
The car is released back into the custody of the Cohees the next morning.
There you go, I missed
Brian
that.
Sr. decides to clean his son's car.
Okay, so let's fast forward. So, okay, so now the car's at the house. I missed that. Remember, I'm the tech retard. But anyway, the car's at the house at this point. Okay. And he finds a knife, and he finds everything else. So, let's keep going.
Oh, I got it down the book and I was trying to walk around. I need to see some.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back here.
But I tried to open the glove box.
Okay, right here. You found a knife.
Okay. Glove box is full of water. Very large. Okay. And then, as I go under the passenger door, I open the passenger door, and there's this wallet in between. And it's gone. Okay. I open up my sunrise box, frozen solid. That's not my wallet.
Between the blood on the bumper, the knife, and the stranger's wallet, Brian Sr. had some questions for his son. But first, he makes a phone call to a company whose business card was found in the wallet.
I ended up getting one of the wires and cards out. It's a label ready. I need that. So I called label ready. And then another one.
Label ready.
Tree card. Okay. I was like, hey, this is a weird call. But I've got a wallet here with so-and-so's name, and I'm hoping he works for you all. Or he's subbed him out or whatever. Oh, yeah, my warrant. We've been missing him. Yeah, he didn't show up today. I know. Okay, well, I found his wallet at Blue Ridge Bookman. So here's my name. Here's all my information. If you get a hold of him, tell him I got his wallet here at my house. Okay, so I left that like that.
Brian Sr.'s next phone call is to Brian Jr.
A face only a mother could love. Check that out. A face only a mother could love. That is crazy, man. Kid just starving for attention. You could tell just by looking at his face, starving for attention. 19 years old. What you would call back in my days a certified, original, authentic chicken choker. But anyway, let's keep going.
Call Brian. Brian, what's going on? Why so long? Oh, I was trying to down the book and I was trying to walk around.
Uh-oh. He was so sincere. And he said he found it in the boat ramp, but he was sincere. Oh, man. White parents, man.
I took it all. I want to believe him. didn't tell us about the wallet. Dad, I was just so excited with all the going on. My car getting towed. Look at this wet now. It won't start. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think it was important, Dad. I'm like, Brian, who is this one, whatever guy? Dad, I swear to you, I only know one. He's my school friend. It's not him. I didn't.
You believe?
Unbeknownst to Brian Sr., his wife Terry, who operates a child care facility out of the home, is almost simultaneously making a chilling discovery in her son's room.
Started working on my house, to drive all the years, just doing other things. Left the car alone, didn't know how to dry out. My wife called, get over here right now. Drop everything right now.
111 is John, it's address emergency.
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Oh my God, here it comes. Uh-oh.
I think it's a human head.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's on ear.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
Can you just come? That's why I had to take a picture and send it to you. Can you just come?
Is your son there now?
Is it me, or do you guys remember the Netflix movie Dahmer? Dahmer did this. He had a severed head, and I think he had hands in his room. I think this guy took a page out of Jeffrey Dahmer's book, if I'm not mistaken. You guys let me know in the comments.
He just pulled out the whole line to make sure he was here before we called.
How old is he?
He's 18. He's had a little bit of a fascination with the morbid, but he was channeling it, I thought, into becoming a crime scene investigator. But
he was going to become a crime scene investigator. Oh, man.
He'll be violent. Just came back from his friend's house.
Does he have any weapons in his room, or do you guys have any in the house?
I don't know. I think that he has a shotgun, but we can certainly remove it immediately before he gets in his room. He's caught by the car now, though.
Is the bag still in the club?
United States got to do something about gun laws. And they're not. They don't seem to, but they have to do something about gun laws. I mean, you can't just put a gun in everybody's hands. It is just not right. It is dangerous. When are they going to realize that? I get it. You have the right to bear arms. But we need, well, you guys, I'm in the Dominican Republic, but anyway, you guys need to figure out who has the right to bear arms. Because not everybody should have the right to bear arms, if you guys know what I mean. Pay attention to this case. But he didn't shoot anybody, but he still had a shotgun, so this was a recipe for destruction from the beginning.
No, it's in my kitchen sink. And there's a secondary bag that I have not opened.
Officers from the Mesa County Sheriff's Office respond to the Cohey residence on South Broadway. At this point, all the children in Terry Cohey's daycare have been picked up by their parents. Outside the home,
here we go.
Their gravel driveway.
Here it comes.
Brian Sr., Terry, Brian Jr.
So this is where we started. Look at homeboy.
And Brian's brother Andy await police.
Look at homeboy.
So,
Jeffrey Dahmer cosplay.
Parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
Look, yeah, I believe so. Like nothing. Like, do you know you're going to jail for the rest of your life? It's crazy.
A human head and hand.
And you know what? In his mind, and I don't get it. This I don't get. In his mind, he is probably thinking that his parents is really going to get him out of this.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
The night of the 27th? Okay. And how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
Okay.
See, this is where I want to see. This is where I want to see. He just confessed to murder. Very simple. I wanted to know what killing somebody is like. I want to see at what point does he get put in handcuffs.
Where did you do that at?
Underneath the bridge.
Which bridge?
The one past.
Okay.
Near the weird intersection.
Okay. Do you have anything on you that's gonna cut, poke, hurts, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet. That's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick. All right.
Phone.
Okay. Well.
How do you know this guy?
I thought the cop was gonna continue to ask him questions.
They told me that was what was in the wallet.
I thought the next question was going to be, and how did you feel while you was murdering him? How did you feel? What kind of feelings were you having?
What do you mean that was?
No, Brian, how did you come across this
How'd you
guy?
come across the gentleman?
I was driving.
Uh-huh.
And I saw a strange shape near the railway.
Uh-huh.
So I
Notice he's not in cuffs. He is not handcuffed. But he just confessed to murder. Wow.
Parked my car and investigated it,
Okay.
and I found it to be a man sleeping.
Okay. Where's the knife at?
It is in my sunken car. Well, it's in my car.
I had that
previously
This is,
sunken.
this is going to be an investigation, and I'll take it from there.
Okay. So, did that happen when you crashed your car? Or is that totally different?
That's related, but a different event.
Okay. How's it related?
Well, when I killed him.
Shouldn't they, at this point, shouldn't they just take him to the station and interrogate him there? Because this is an interrogation at this point. This is just an interrogation. Or are they trying to determine whether he actually did this or not? I mean, what more evidence do you need other than the fact that he has his hands, the man's hands and head, in his room? And he had blood and it's on his license plate. I don't get it.
I tried disposing of his body by putting it in the river, but
Okay,
I parked too low in the river.
Where's the rest of his body at?
Huh?
Where's the rest of the body at?
What parts?
The body, Brian. Where's his body?
Down the river.
Okay. I'm gonna have you walk over here.
Down the river. Down the river. This kid has serious issues. Serious issues. And I don't care what they say. This is not psychological or mental issues. This is just attention. He wants attention. He craves for attention. And the fact, and I don't care what anybody says, his parents are somewhat at fault for his actions because of the way they have treated him, of the way they have been raising him, spoiling him.
You're gonna sit in the back of my partner's patrol car for a minute, okay? Not yet. Okay. Just sit back there and hang out for me, okay?
200-pound, 6'1" Brian Cohey is cooperative and polite, if not a bit awkward. The female officer from the Mesa County Sheriff's Office helps the 19-year-old into her patrol car.
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you? I'm sitting.
You notice he's still not cuffed. At what point is he going to get charged with murder? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't think I've seen something like this. I would have to think back, but usually these conversations are done at headquarters in an interrogation room.
I'm not feeling too well.
You're not feeling too well?
Oh, you're not feeling too well. Poor child.
That's understandable. So what we're going to have you do here is I'm just going to have you sit in the back here, okay? I'm going to turn on the air for you in a second.
I'm going to turn on the AC for a second and everything. Wow. Wow.
That way you're not too hot. Are you a cold-blooded or cold-blooded kind of guy?
I am very cold-blooded. I prefer cold. Well, no, actually, sorry, hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded. So you prefer the cold. Okay, fantastic. All right. So hop in here. I know you're tall, so it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but like I said, I'll get that air in for you.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Meanwhile, the male officer needs to go inside the house and see for himself if there actually is a human head in the sink, like Terry Cohey claimed in her 911 call.
I just noticed, and I'm trying to think about, and I'm thinking about where his mindset is at, that kid's mindset. Is he acting nonchalant because he's just cold-blooded? Or is he acting nonchalant like nothing happened because reality really hasn't sunken in at this point?
Can you walk me inside, please? Okay.
Let me do it. You go inside.
Well, let's stay out here with me for a minute.
Sit down. Come on, sit down, dude.
See, Mom's just crying because Mom knows what's going on. I'm going to rephrase that. Not that Mom knows what's going on. Mom knows what's about to go down with her son.
Can I go in there and verify here first?
Oh, yeah, please. We haven't seen it. Yeah, we
Okay.
haven't looked. It's under the towel in the sink.
Okay.
Yeah, Say with your mother. Give her
Just make sure that guy goes in the car first.
I can stay there. You can go in the sink, right?
Well,
Sink
okay.
right there. And then you can house empty.
Well, he got a brother because he said, stay with your mother. I'm taking it. He's not the only son.
I had a bag feeling about what happened this weekend.
Okay.
She said there's a bag in the closet, and she opened it up. And she called me and said, get over here right now. I covered it with a towel.
Okay.
We didn't want him to see it because we didn't want him to run. I don't want to look at it.
Yep. 2242, you clear for a call?
Got my water.
All right, I'm giving you a call.
Oh, so they went to get the head in the house. The head, or is it the knife? Because the father had the knife.
Let me know when you want to stop.
Yeah, let me get this figured out. Oh, yeah, you might want to call investigations. So, oh yeah, he already, I asked him what was going on, he said I killed a guy. I stabbed him, cut his head, I dumped his body in the river. So I guess this guy's name is like Warren Brown or something. So, alright, I'm gonna...
I cut his head, I cut his hands, dumped his body in the river. Why? I wanted to know how it feels like.
Secure the house, and he said there should be hands and the head's in the sink. The body is in the river. So, what's that?
Well, at this point, would you like to know how it feels to get a bullet in the head? How about that one?
Yeah. What's that? Oh, does it sound by my voice that it looks real? It is. So,
After the officer confirms the head is indeed real, Brian Sr. then recounts the story of the last 24 hours again to law enforcement on scene.
He left Friday night, late in the morning. Our phone rings at my house. Dad, this is Brian. Son Brian.
You guys notice how the father, he's not really that distraught. I think he saw this coming. That's why he's not really that distraught. I think he saw this coming. I think his behavior, his past behaviors, has led his father to believe that this was coming. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe you guys can comment on that. But I'm thinking this is what's going on. Because his father's too calm. I mean, he's not laughing. He's not full of joy. He's just trying to be very cooperative with the cops at this time. But he's being nonchalant, like he's not hurt. He doesn't seem hurt or distraught that, I mean, come on, your son is going to jail. Your son just finished not just killing somebody, but dismembering somebody that he probably hardly knows or doesn't even know for that matter. So you know what's coming for your son.
Same name, same birthday.
Too calm if you ask me.
January 10th, my first one. My car's stuck in the river. Wait, what? So we go there and he gives us a song and dance, how it's a full moon, he wanted to pull down into the water. And next thing you know, since the one-wheel drive, he tried to put it in reverse and the car started sliding, and next thing you know, he ended up in the river. So we get there, we pick him up, we call the police at 2 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. My son put his car in the river. So they called a tow truck company, we called 4 tow truck companies, couldn't get the car out of the river. Where's the car? Blood all over the bumper.
Where is the car?
So we took it to Scotty's to have it, see if they could fix it.
So I'm wondering, when they took the car out, I'm wondering how they didn't notice that his body was in the river, because he said that his body was in the river. So how they didn't notice? Because it should have been blood, or his body would have been floating, I guess. So how is it that when they took the car out of there, well, it was nighttime, but they still, I'm wondering why no cops suspected and said, well, let me see what's going on. Let me check the river. At least look through it.
So I called Scotty and said, don't touch it. I already called him and said, don't touch it.
Nothing was taken out of the vehicle.
Yes, I did. Yes.
What did you take out of the vehicle?
I cleaned it up, bottles, everything, incriminating
You know
stuff.
where that stuff is?
Yes, it's all.
His father's just straight up snitching on his son. That's what he's doing. He's just straight up snitching, incriminating evidence. And I found the knife, and I found this and that. He just straight up snitching. He just wanted to make sure all the facts are there. He don't give a fuck at this point. His father's gangster.
It's all at the house.
It's all at the house.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
in a bag.
No, I didn't know this had happened first. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get Brian's car cleaned out. We're gonna get it all fixed up.
Right.
Call Scotty's. They're gonna start it up.
Right.
But then things started unfolding.
Okay.
We saw blood on the bumper. We asked Brian, Brian, what's this from? Oh, I think I cut my finger. What else is that? I found a wallet. So I'm going to the car this morning. There's a wallet in the car. And I'm like, Brian, whose wallet? Oh, I found it at the boat ramp.
And where are you going to the car this morning?
Because it was at my house. We towed it to my house.
Oh, so now it's at your house.
It's at my house.
It's not at Scotty's anymore.
No, when I found out I couldn't start it, I called the tow truck company and they towed it to Scotty's this morning.
Oh, it just
So they just got it.
Okay.
Car was towed there, and I'm like, well, I started pulling.
Well, we can never blame the father for covering anything up or covering up for his son. Not at all. Not at all. Definitely not guilty of that, man. He's definitely making sure that he's not holding nothing back at all.
When I bottles this, and I'm like, Brian, why is there a knife in your door box? Dad, I don't feel safe.
So you touched the knife?
Oh, but the knife was underwater.
Okay.
The car was underwater.
Right, okay.
So I pulled everything out of the car.
Okay. And all of that stuff is in your garage?
All the stuff's at my house.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I was pulling it out, I'm like, what the fuck?
The officers update each other on the new information.
You know, I'm getting ex-police officer vibes from the father. Because you notice they ask, oh, so you touched the knife? Yeah, but it was underwater. So right there, he's saying, no, you're not going to find my fingerprints because it was underwater. And the fingerprints that was there before is gone. So I don't know why I'm getting either ex-police officer vibe or somebody like me who watches a lot of crime shows.
They've gathered while Terry Cohey sobs in the background.
So he had the car at his house this morning. He took out knife, a bunch of stuff.
Who's?
Brian Sr. His house. I have the
Hold on one
address.
second. Go ahead. I copy.
So I told him we can take until investigations came, and then he can take them there.
Let me rewind this, man. This got bow-legged. Or did I miss that?
He took out knife, a bunch of stuff.
Who's?
Brian Sr. His house. I have the
Hold on one
address.
second. Go ahead.
Yeah, he looks a little bow-legged, right? Or is it me? Bow-legged Lou. Officer Bow-legged Lou.
I copy.
So I told him we can take until investigations came, and then he can take them there where all the items are.
Go ahead. No, we're fine. We've got him sitting in a patrol car right now, and it's just the family here, so we're good. Appreciate it. Okay, so where's everything else?
5.
That they cut out the audio. It's something they don't want to show, I guess, for court purposes.
He had the car at the house this morning. He pulled the knife, all sorts of stuff. He said there was blood all over.
Okay. Hello?
You're good.
Car-to-car horse stuff. We'll also have a second address that I'll have to either go through or instant or search warrant.
Oh, they're mentioning the address.
Unbeknownst to knowing what was going on.
Dad's super cooperative about taking us down that last week. So.
Yeah, Dad's definitely being super cooperative.
Investigations got here. Just keep him here. They have another location. I don't believe this is their house, or maybe this is their second house.
Yeah, I copy. They're cooperative out here, and our suspect is sitting in a patrol car.
While the Cohees await instructions on what to do next, they have some questions.
I know you guys have a lot going on right now. It's a lot to process, so we'll work with you every step of the way as much as we can.
How long till the news comes, you said?
We're gonna try to keep that a while, so we're hoping.
We need to get clearance from you so we can get out of Dodge.
Don't.
Because I don't want to. We can't have news in front of me. I run the life jacket program here in town.
Biggest thing is our investigation unit.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, sure.
Like I said, even if news shows up, we're not gonna let them down.
Oh, see, Dad, I think Dad is some type of community public figure. So he want to make sure that he's on his P's and Q's so this doesn't fall on him. So he doesn't get, his image doesn't get tainted. I get it. See, that's why he's mentioning is the news going to come, this and that. And then he runs a life jacket program. Some white boy shit.
Down here.
Thank you.
So
okay.
Just focus on
when I'm up there,
breathing
either
and
they'll be able to
kinda,
see stuff from up there too.
Well, nobody else should know about this right now.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay. So and again, be careful who you guys talk to, who you
No,
tell anything.
nobody.
Or anything. Okay.
Nobody knows it. Nobody knows it yet.
Perfect. Same goes for you.
Yeah.
Are you family?
My son. Second brother.
All right.
Second son.
Okay. And your name? Nice to meet you. Sorry, we're meeting this way.
Yeah, they want to make sure, this guy wants to make sure, the brother want to make sure he stays off record.
I can't believe it.
This is not me in that car, you know?
I can't believe it.
He's like, I don't give a fuck. At least it's not me in the car. I don't give a fuck. The brother don't give a fuck. See, I think that they saw this coming, man. He saw this coming. He probably didn't get along with him or whatever. Because his behavior, his past behavior, you can tell that they saw this coming. They saw this coming.
Oh my God.
Kind of a time to not really know what to do. So.
Random too. Why? I don't get it.
How old is Brian?
He's 19.
He's 19.
11002.
Mom, what's your name?
Terry.
Terry. Okay. Are you okay? Do you need any medical?
Well, we're waiting on a call from my doctor.
Okay. Okay. All right. So hang tight right here. I got to chat with my partners again. Okay. Brian, when would you say this? What night did this happen?
No, Friday late Saturday morning.
This Saturday?
1 o'clock, yes.
Okay.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Stop. Just this Saturday.
Anything you want to know about this, just ask Dad. Dad got all the information, and he'll give it to you straight. No holding back from Dad.
At 1 in the morning.
For what, the car crash?
Yeah, the whole incident.
It's now time to take the 19-year-old suspect to the station for questioning.
Okay, so now we're going to go to interrogation. I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
There, officer.
Oh, wait a minute. They go to the crime scene. They're going to go to the crime scene now.
What he said was like overpass before.
A patrol car is sent to inspect the area of the underpass that Brian stated was the crime scene. There, officers are quickly able to confirm he was telling the truth.
It's right here.
Blood all over, probably.
Yeah. Because there's an arm.
Oh my God.
Hey. There's an
Was
arm,
the officer laughing? Was the officer laughing when they told her there's an arm?
To inspect the area of the underpass.
Because there's an arm. Hey.
She's like, oh shit, there's an arm. Ooh, these police is crazy, man.
There's an arm, there's another arm.
Oh my God.
Do some pictures.
Wow, that kid just dismembered this old man, yo. No joke. That's crazy.
There's another one.
I don't have a clue. Okay.
This is like something out of TV.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this kid straight up took a page out of Jeffrey Dahmer's book. all he needed to do was just eat the guy. That's all he needed.
Discussion with the deputy chief about how these kids don't have any
wow.
remorse. Right here's a leg.
Oh my God.
So that could be the upper arm or a leg.
This is crazy, man.
There, and there.
Pieces down there. I mean,
A patrol guy to yellow tape it and then hold it, because the potential is that there's a secondary by the boat launch.
Yeah, I would think so.
So we
'cause
can
if
run
you
out
wanna
there
go,
and look at that, and then if you guys, we can just ask for a.
I'm switching to primary, hold on.
But if we can get the lab out here, that would be the best thing.
Yeah.
They still got to find the torso. I guess the torso is the one in the river.
Get forensics out here.
So he cut him up, put the torso in the car, and took it to the river. The torso, the head, the hands, and then he took that home and he put it in a shoebox of some sort. Wow, sick kid, man. Very sick kid.
After the 8-minute drive to the sheriff's office is complete, the deputy escorts Brian Jr. into the interrogation room.
Is Dad cooperative? Everybody's cooperative, including Dad's Brian Sr., son is Brian Jr.
They're ready for him.
Okay, cool. Let me call parents, let them know to park here, and then we'll have some meeting out front.
You know what I think? I think the parents, in this case, the parents knew that they should have had him committed. Because you cannot tell me that this kid did not have sick behavior before this. They should have seen this coming, and they did. Based on the way they're reacting, with the exception of the mother, because the mother probably spoiled him like crazy. With the exception of the mother, the brother and the father, they saw this coming. They knew it was just a matter of time.
Okay, so what I want you guys to do is if you can pull into the front of the sheriff's office, and when you do that, you're gonna...
I'm pushing forward a little bit. Now he's walking. Now, okay, so now we're going to go into interrogating.
And we'll be with you. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to take her right here. This here. And we'll be with you in a moment.
I'm just pushing it forward.
Thanks, Brian.
Drive the seemingly
Okay, here we go.
We're going to have you guys have a seat in here, and we'll be with you.
In the interview room, Terry Cohey is understandably upset and anxious. Her eldest son has just admitted to murdering a stranger for the thrill of it. The detective wants to know the question on everyone's mind at this point. What would drive this seemingly non-violent teenager to murder?
Tell me about
I don't think they should have interrogated her at this point. She's not in the right emotional state to be interrogated, but that's just me. Let's hear what she has to say.
Does he have any issues or disabilities? You were told he had ADHD. Should we put him on ADHD?
Okay, so he was taking medication. There it is. Of course. Oh, he's autistic.
There's some indications that he should get further testing because of potential psychosis.
As soon as they said that, they should have been careful with him. Potential psychosis. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm not even close. But anyway, autistic, I think there's a lot of people with autism in there. Some of them are very successful. So that's not nothing that has to do with as far as being dangerous, but when it comes to potential psychosis, I have to investigate what they mean by the ADHD. They should have had they should have paid attention to this.
I asked about the phone and calls years ago in Denver. And I was like, how much to just take him to Denver? And so we got him involved. She worked with them for about a year and then COVID hit. And so she couldn't do sessions anymore. And we tried to do over the phone sessions, but this is not very effective, beneficial. It just kind of like we just were like, okay, well, he seems to be doing good. You know, he graduated high school. He worked with. He's been working there for a year in August.
The detective wants to know more about the medications Brian is on, and if he's actually taking them.
And he said he's not taking his medication, or is he on medication? He's on ADHD medicine that he takes before work on his part-time job. And he takes sertraline, which is an anti-anxiety.
Oh, so he was taking a lot of medication, man. These people should have paid attention. See, no wonder the father's nonchalant. This was coming. It was just a matter of time. Look, he takes sertraline, anti-anxiety, antidepressant. No, man, come on. No, man.
To the best of your knowledge, is he actually taking them?
Oh, see, and the mom says she did. She tried to get him help. She tried. I mean, this is crazy.
Do you watch him take them? I don't watch him take them, but I have him on set, and every night at 10 p.m. I say, Brian, take your medicine. And he says, I know, I am. And as I looked at his pill container, I mean, it's going, seems to be going down. So I assume he was. What about alcohol or any other recreation drugs? No. When you talked about the school stuff and having lots of issues.
Oh, so he was the mom should have made sure that he was taking that medication, like right there. Not just say, yeah, go take your medication, go take your meds. That's where she fucked up.
What were the issues that they were having that made other kids not safe? He would make jokes that were not appropriate. He got suspended a few times, like for behavior that wasn't acceptable. Like this one girl that he knows very well, he knows that she has a lot of issues, and that loud noise frightened her. And so, one of his school suspensions was when he, came up to her in the hallway and clapped really loud next to her, knowing that it would put her in a panic, and she cried, and you're like, yep, nope, that's not how, no. You knew that would upset her, and you did it anyway. And he got suspended for prohibited use of a weapon, but there was another boy who brought in nunchucks to school.
Okay, so we know he was in another case in school. Let me fast forward it. I had to fast forward this one. I didn't know, to be honest with you. I'm going to try to make all my other videos a little shorter. I don't want to make this video too long, but apparently it's long because it's an hour long. The other videos I'm going to try to do in the future are going to be a little bit shorter. I'm going to try to make it a little bit shorter so that I don't go overboard. I'm going to fast forward now to the father. Even though I'm not gonna have. Well, yeah, let's hear a little bit of the father. Let's hear him. I wasn't gonna put the father because he already said everything. He already snitched. He already said everything he had to say. But now I want to see what he says about his past behaviors, because the father looked a little bit nonchalant. So let's go on. Let's continue to watch.
He's obviously sick. He's obviously sick. If you notice weird things about him, some days get cold. Just he looks at me and he has this cold look in his face. And I can just tell that, I don't know if it's from his friends that he's hanging out with or what, but...
Tell me about some of the, I know you said some issues in school, but tell me about Brian from his childhood.
Very
growing up.
He was good growing up, but I think they diagnosed him early in elementary school with ADHD because he had trouble meeting friends, trouble talking, doing funny things. So he was always kind of on his own, he was a loner. You know, he had friends, a certain amount of friends, but he wasn't like, hey, you know, he wasn't accepted very well. In school, he wasn't accepted, I know that, but he's got...
Like I said, he craved attention. After this video, I'm going to find out what ADHD is. Something to learn. Hey, put it in the comment box. If you guys don't know, I'm going to try to find it. But just go ahead and put it in the comment box for maybe whoever's watching. It should be in the comment box. Somebody watches it, they'll put it on. I am going to find out what is the ADHD. Something else is, see, the father even said it, that he craves attention. I wanted to listen basically to the father because I wanted to differentiate with the father versus the mother, their perception, because they probably had different perceptions, because usually the mother is a little bit softer. This happens all the time. But let's continue to watch.
Friends he hangs out with, you know, respectable friends, and we just thought it just seemed like not friends that would ever, not those kind.
Sure.
Clean, good friends. You know, the worst they have is they play video games. They drink too much Pepsi. That's my only complaint when all his friends come over. They stay up too late. None of them are. I don't know what happened. I don't know why, what made him go. You know, and I'll never know that question. I don't know how many times you're going to ask me. I don't know why, who, when, where, and I don't know. I'm just dark about this as you.
Still, Brian Sr. maintains there was not a single sign that anything like this would ever happen.
Never been physical at all with any family members. Mom, dad, Brian, dogs. Never any not a cool bone in his body. Never, ever, nothing. And as far as his friends, no, he's never been in a fight. Hit anybody, just like his dad. I mean, I've never been in a fight. I thought just so he was going to be a spin-off of me. Because he's non-violent. He's not. I don't know what's going on.
By the end of his time in the interview room, Brian Sr. laments the loss of his family.
So look, he wasn't violent. That's odd. He's never been in a fight in his life. That's weird. So he just basically snapped.
Family's reputation in the community.
This is too much for me. I have the same name as my son, and now that I need to move to Mogadishu.
The father's really worried about his image. He's really worried about his image, which is good. I ain't mad at him, you know, because he saw this coming. He saw this coming, and Brian, 19 years old already. At the end of the day, that was a grown-ass man.
This is going to kill my family. How do I know this guy's family is not going to come after us?
Well, I mean, there's lots and lots of...
I don't know how this is going to happen. For the sins of my son, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
And my wife is just a mess.
I mean, just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do anyway. And I know there's lots and lots of unknowns and lots of...
Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward now. We're gonna go to Brian. Let's go to Brian.
County Sheriff's Office. Brian Cohen.
Yeah, the moment we've been waiting
for.
Under
arrest and charged on suspicion of first-degree murder, has waived his Miranda rights and is ready to talk with investigators. They waste no time getting straight to the point.
Let's hear this.
Okay. But how did you get to my office?
Well, the police drove here from my mom's house.
Okay. You said you murdered someone.
I did.
Did you know the person?
No.
No?
No. I was driving one night. I was in a, shall we say, bad state of mind.
Okay.
I saw a strange shape by the railway tracks, so I investigated and agreed with me a homeless person sleeping.
Okay.
I presumed homeless because he was there.
Okay.
So I stabbed him to go. Okay. Then decapitated his head and hands and arms.
Wow.
Okay. I then took the head and put it in my car trunk along with the hands.
It's a cold guy, man. It's a cold guy. See, yeah, so he definitely has that serial killer vibe that he just talking about, like he's just talking about the weather. That's it. Look, no remorse, no fear, no nothing. This is crazy, man.
Bags, plastic Ziploc bags. I took it back to my house, cleaned off the knife, tried to hide the head and hands, removed the trash in my car that was stained in blood. And then I tried sleeping. However, I was quite stupid, shall we say, because I decided that's too much evidence. The body needs to be dumped in the river.
Can you imagine he would have gotten away with it? If he would have gotten away with this one, he would have killed at least 2 or 3 more people before he got caught. Eventually, he would have killed as much people as they let him. This was a serial killer in the making. Everybody should be glad that he wasn't smart enough to actually cover his tracks.
So I took the body in the trunk, drove it to the Blue Heron drop-off point, and
if he would have just stabbed him where he was at, just stabbed him and left him there and cleaned his car, he probably wouldn't have been caught. He would have eventually been caught, but he would have definitely gotten to murder a couple more people. Definitely.
Successfully dumped the body as I parked too low down the ramp. The ramp is on dirt, so unless you have 4-wheel drive, you're not getting out. And I was able to get out, and my car flooded. I killed him just after 11, February 27, 2021. And then I dumped the body. I tried to dump the body. I'm trying to remember the time exactly. It was 1 a.m. Okay. And yeah.
So that sounds fascinating.
What do you want to know?
To start back at the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember.
So, because I mean, I'm already going to jail for 15 years.
Look at, he's laughing. He said 15 years probably, so he's giving his own sentence. 15 years. You're going to jail for the rest of your life, buddy.
Probably.
I have no idea. We're at the beginning.
It's murder. I mean, I'm going to jail for 20, probably, but so I figure, why fight it?
Okay. So what's important to me is to learn as much about you and what you did as I can. Well, as many details as you can give me, the better.
I drive a 2007 Ford 500.
Okay.
And I keep a small 18-inch bat in there for self-defense.
Okay.
And a large kitchen knife in the glove box, both for self-defense, because I don't really trust anyone, or really any part of this town, so that's why I have both. And, let's see, yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon. And I figured, I can see so well, why not try it out? And I am in a bad state of mind at that time. I have major depressive disorder, so I am not thinking, shall I say, positively.
Okay.
And
he probably hasn't been taking his pills for a couple of months. Yeah, he probably hasn't been taking his pills for a couple of months for him to have gotten like this all of a sudden.
Cruising around for an hour and a half. So I fill up on gas halfway through. And I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office. You know, like how...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
There's a road underneath, right? Down under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway tracks. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas.
Okay.
And I'm like, person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves, by putting your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck.
Right now, the way he's saying it, one, because he's definitely cold-blooded. But right now, he just wants attention. This is like his moment of fame right now, to him.
He was panicking at first. In his old man voice, he was in his 50s. I'm not lying. I know why I call him an old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. Is it okay if I do a demonstration?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I was strapped on top of him like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was really breaking the sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And
it's like he's describing bowling night. Like he's just talking about the weather. He's so nonchalantly, so crazy. But it's like I said, I believe, yes, he is cold-blooded, and he's probably one of those people that he just doesn't have it in him to feel any type of remorse. There are people like that. They just don't have it in him. It's not, even if he tried, he couldn't find remorse or feel any type of sympathy or empathy for nobody. People like this are very dangerous.
during the time I was growling and making the animalistic noises.
Why were you doing that?
I suppose it was a frenzy.
Okay.
I was so excited, so rushed up on adrenaline every day. And
wow.
I paused and he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I've been wanting to do this for a long time, murder someone." And then I continued.
Oh my
It
God.
lasted about a minute and a half.
Okay.
And I stabbed, when I was finished stabbing him, he took out his last breath, a grunt, and his head was halfway cut off.
Oh my God.
All the while,
Sick, man.
I killed him. I just couldn't stop saying, "Stinky, dirty, dirty, stinky, stinky." It wasn't. I wasn't saying anything, but
And why were you saying that?
I don't know.
Okay.
And
But you remember doing it, so.
yeah. I suppose it was just me speaking out my mind at that moment. It was like pouring out of mind.
What are you worried about? I mean, this looks like it's pretty close to the road. Have somebody seen you or catching you?
It was 11 p.m., so not many were driving by. Well, it was behind the pillar. So, like, here's the road. It was here. So, people would only see a brief thing here and here.
So, were you worried about them seeing you?
I was worried about one of them stopping.
What do you think could happen if somebody...
Well, if they looked, well, it was quite dark under there, so they wouldn't have seen the guy unless they looked. They would have seen me holding...
All this is gonna be used in court. I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit. Like I said, I'm not gonna be doing little videos like this. I just took this because I was it caught my attention. I want to fast forward it now, basically to what happens to it. Okay, here we go. Let's fast forward here.
And what if he hadn't been caught? Would Brian Cohey have...
Let's go back a little bit. Right there.
Was it like something all of a sudden one day you woke up and thought I'll kill someone, or was it a gradual?
It was gradual, I think. Call me weird, but I think everyone has had thoughts of shooting up their school. I didn't know. And then because of that, I suppose I just don't really like people at all.
Antisocial.
Yeah. So, thoughts of shooting to today, what has happened?
Well, last year, my parents found a kit I had to assemble. It had hammers, shovels, knives, large zip ties, duct tape, saw. I wasn't in for hurting people. They found it though, and they were ready to call the police until I had convinced them it was via other methods, for other things, like, and it was an ultimatum where if I didn't throw it away, all that.
This was a ticking time bomb. This was inevitable. This was inevitable. The best thing is that he only got to kill one person.
They would call the police, and then I would have been arrested on charges of conspiracy.
And what if he hadn't been caught? Would Brian Cohea have killed again?
Of course.
If you had not been caught by your folks, what do you think you would have done next?
Would forget.
I don't know. No. Let's talk about like today. If you would have been able to get rid of the head, and your folks did not find it.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Would you guys have been able to solve it if the body was found in the river, the head and hands were missing, and there were no fingerprints?
See, he was methodical. That's why he had the hands and the head, because of the fingerprints. Okay. See, he's methodical. He's not just. He was calculated.
Well, we like to think so, but who knows?
Right, who knows? We'd love to think so, but
so let's say we didn't solve it. What happens next?
Then what would you have thought him to do next?
Well, I thought I would have been very careful, because I would have been worried at any moment this could become a cold case, and then it could be solved.
Yeah, see, that's one thing me and him have in common. We're fans, very big fans of crime docs.
Later on down the line. So I probably would have done it again. Because that was just to see what it felt like. And if I had gotten away with it, I would have just kept the secret to real grief.
I don't think so. He says that, but I don't believe that. He would have gotten bloodthirsty. Eventually, at one point in his life, he would have started killing again. I don't believe that.
Brian Cohea's trial, where he pleaded not guilty.
Hello, do you guys actually think? And then you could write in the comment box. Hopefully I'll get some views. Hopefully I'll get some subscribers out of this. If you guys think or believe what he said, that he just wanted to do it because he wanted to feel what it is like. If you get away with murder one time, there's a very, very good chance, high possibility, 95% chance that eventually you will kill again, because you got away with it. I think it's just human nature.
By reason of insanity, lasted for 12 days. Throughout the proceedings, Cohea's attorney argued that his mental illnesses prevented him from knowing right from wrong. But the jury didn't buy it. They deliberated for 2 days before.
Man, come on, man. He cut the hands off. He cut the hands off. He cut the head off. He took it home. He was methodical. He was calculated about everything. This is not, the reason of insanity. You need to be locked up for life. You need to be in a prison. You're still going to get medicated, but you still need to be in a prison.
Before finding him guilty of first-degree murder. Judge Richard Gurley said that in his 37 years in the court system and 16 years as a judge, this was one of the most horrific cases he's ever seen. Cohea was sentenced to life in prison plus 13.5 years with no chance of parole.
Of course.
A far cry from the 15 years he believed he would receive when he was first interrogated.
20, he said maybe 20.
He is currently serving out his sentence at the Buena Vista Correctional Complex in Chaffee County, Colorado, where he will stay for the remainder of his natural life. Brian Cohea thought that he could get away with murder by taking the life of someone he believed wouldn't be worthy of an investigation. He couldn't have been more wrong. Warren Barnes was not only a beloved man in the downtown Grand Junction community, but most importantly, he was a human being who deserved to be treated with the dignity and respect that he.
Yes, that is so true. That is so true, man. It's crazy, man. Let me watch the end.
Sun, Barnes was a lifelong resident of the Grand Valley and told people that he spent time as a cowboy in the Book Cliff Mountains north of Grand Junction. He had a wife, a daughter, and a granddaughter. A sculpture by ironworker Tim Navin of a tree, chair, and stack of books commissioned by one of the many people whose path intertwined with Barnes, sits in the breezeway outside of Monique's bridal shop where he used to pass the time. His mantra, "And you also," is inscribed on one of the books. The memory of the reading man lives on in downtown Grand Junction, despite a monster's attempt otherwise.
You know, it is crazy how a man can live that long, peaceful life, had his kids, grandkids, and then just end up living a very simple life. I'm almost 50, and I noticed that as I get older, I simplify myself. I want my life to be simple. I like the simple things. As you get older, you're gonna like things to be simpler. You don't want to complicate your life. You don't like to move around as much. And it's crazy that you made it through all these times, and all of a sudden, just because some kid wanted to know what it feels like to murder somebody, he picks you. When you have, I bet you he had a routine to his life. It is sad. It is sad. And of course, it's sad in all parties because Brian's family, of course, suffered a loss, especially his mother. I'm sure his mother, she was hurting. She'll always be hurting. The pain doesn't go away, I'm sure. But anyway, once again, man, I'd like to thank y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Hit the notification bell. I am going to continue to do this because I did enjoy this. I did enjoy this. I just want to make it shorter. I'm going to be trying this. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing reaction to crime videos. Crime scenes. Hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. Once again, you guys have a good day, and I'll be back next time.